How is everybody doing? Welcome back to the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Biaz, and today we're ranking 6 big men in their prime. And as I said in the description, these types of videos typically get a lot of engagement because there's always people who will always disagree, no matter what, no matter how you slice it, how you think about the game. There are a lot of people that will think that my list is ridiculous. And if you guys comment below what you guys think, I'll probably think is ridiculous, right? And one thing to note is that all 6 of these bigs were great. I mean, high level greatness, very skilled, very talented, and you just have to rank them, unfortunately, right? You never want to compare players and be like, oh, but this is just the name of the game, and we got to do it. We'll go over some of the stuff today from Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant. I'll say this, man. KD is always keeping people occupied, entertained. Whether or not you like the man during dead season, the man keeps you entertained, and he keeps you on your feet. And that's all we can ask for. So shout out to Kevin Durant, man. The biggest snake goat we've ever had. So without further ado, let's get to it. At number 6, I'm going to go with Blake Griffin, man. I know he's the most explosive out of the group here. He's probably the most, entertaining basketball player, right? But the fact that he missed, as we can see here on Basketball Reference, he missed so many games, including his actual rookie season. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where I can't justify it. So if I have to rank all these guys at number 6, I'm going with Blake. He had an excellent redshirt year, right? His rookie season, really his second year. 22.5 points a game, 12 boards, just a monster. Then 66 games, 80 to 13 and 14 were excellent years, right? 67, 35, 61, 58, 33, 25, 18. So availability is the best ability. No shade on Blake. Blake is, again, the most athletic, entertaining big we've had in a long time. I mean, this dude is Showtime. He was box office. So at number 6, I got Blake Griffin. Moving on to number 5. This is tough, but I'm not going to change it now. But I'm going to go Jermaine O'Neal. I know he was excellent. And I mean excellent for that Pacers squad that lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to that Pistons team. But interesting note, and just a random note, a lot of these bigs played for Portland, right? Jermaine, Zach Randolph, LaMarcus Aldridge, half of these dudes did. And it just shows that Portland has had some good big men. But yes, his best years were without question with the Indiana Pacers. His best year was in 2004, 2005, where he averaged 24.3 points a game. How many rebounds he had? He had 8.8, so 9 rebounds a game. He was a monster that year, right? One can say he should be 6th over Blake. I can see that argument. I wouldn't mind swapping those two, 5 and 6, either way. But Jermaine O'Neal, because, again, Blake was pretty close too, lots of those Warriors teams. But, man, Jermaine was a monster. So I'm going to have Jermaine at number 5. And at number 4, I'm going to go with Zebo. Again, another Portland Trailblazer here that had a monster year in 2006, 2007. And his biggest season, points-wise, was in 2008, 2009 at 20.9. With Memphis, so that was with the Clippers. Then with Memphis, his biggest year was his first year at 20 points a game. Zebo is just, again, the most unathletic out of this entire group. The guy cannot get off the floor, but it didn't matter. His footwork was impeccable. The man just understood how to get buckets, and we have to appreciate that, right? He's one of those guys that if you give him the ball, he's going to get you a bucket down the stretch in clutch times, and he would, for the most part, always deliver. He's just so skilled. He found ways to negate his unathletic ability, but with that type of strength, that type of skill, that's why I have him at number 4. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. At number 3, I'm going to go with LaMarcus Aldridge, who, again, was also a Portland Trailblazer. His best year for the Blazers was 23.4 points a game, 10.2 rebounds. The guy was a monster. I mean, this guy was an All-NBA type player. He was really good. Then with when he signed with the Spurs, right, his best season was during the 17-18 season at 23 points a game. He's always been just so consistent. The man gets you a bucket, much like Zebo, very reliable. Not the most athletic, but a large man and very skilled. That's why LaMarcus Aldridge, to me, is number 3 on this list. And some of y'all might be thinking I'm crazy, but to me, DeMarcus Cousins is number 2, right? And obviously that makes Kevin Love number 1. But DeMarcus Cousins, to me, was the best big man in basketball. And yes, I have a history with the man until year 7 where we just didn't get along. To be honest, he didn't get along with anybody. Like, he was really, getting in trouble and just doing a bunch of extra unnecessary things, which is the start of his downfall of his career, which before that, the first 6 years, even that 7th year and even the 8th, even that first year, I believe, with New Orleans, it was magnificent. I mean, he had a great 7-year run. Like, he really did. This man was unstoppable. He was an unstoppable force when it comes to just straight talent. I mean, this dude had it all. He just didn't have the leadership qualities, which is why the Kings never made the playoffs under him. Right? But in terms of talent, man, and box score stats, this guy was just a monster. I mean, he was just a monster. He was more skilled than all these guys, in my opinion. Like, he really was. Like, great passer, good three-point shooter. Well, he learned how to really, take that shot even more once George Karl got there. But DeMarcus Cousins is just so talented, man. And it's unfortunate how his career has derailed because of injuries, and because a lot of it too because of his attitude and how he approaches his business, really. But in terms of skill and talent, DeMarcus Cousins was just a special talent, man. He really was. And at number 1, we're going with Kevin Love. There's not much to say. The man was a monster with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was so good. I mean, I feel like he would always lead the NBA in rebounding. An amazing passer, an amazing outlet passer. Very good jump shooter, very good scorer. He went to the Cavs. He won the championship. He's still on the Cavs. He's making a lot of money. And yes, he played third fiddle to Kyrie and to LeBron, but he was just so good. And he's still really good at what he does, right? Like, he's an exceptional three-point shooter. Was really like that new mold of bigs that can stretch the floor out from deep. I mean, this dude can do it all. So, yeah, to me, he's the best out of the bunch. He's an NBA champion. He has the box score stat. Kevin Love, man, is legit and definitely, in my opinion, deserves to be number 1 on this list. What's up, Benji, man? How you doing, brother? Great to hear from you. Oh, man. I got love for you, dog. Yeah, I'll be honest. Having a kid, I knew it would be difficult, but damn, it's been really hard. Like, it's been really hard, especially at nights where you're so sleep deprived and you gotta feed him and you gotta clean his poop, and it's just like a never-ending thing. But again, we're so blessed and we're so happy to have baby Leo Alexander. Man, we're so blessed. But it has been very hard, which is why I haven't really been on as much as I would like. But definitely trying to get adjusted to this new life, man. It's just the idea of a human being, a little human being. He went to the doctor today. He's 7 pounds. He gained a pound, which is a good thing. And he's been doing very well since. But the fact that we literally have to like feed him every 2 hours to survive, like to have this responsibility of taking care of another little human being, like it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, and it's crazy to actually do it, right? It's one of those things, man. But we've been very blessed to have our child, our first one, and it's been a wild ride. But I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Like I really would. Like he's a breath of joy, a bundle of joy, and we love him so much. But yes, let's go over some of the news around the association, man. I appreciate you, Benji. So Ben Simmons today and the Philadelphia 76ers have reached a settlement agreement. He filed to recoup a portion of the nearly $20 million withheld to him as a result of his failure to play games during last season. People in the comments saying the Sixers got fleeced. I mean, I believe he deserves some of that money. Other players have the benches warmed and never been. Must be nice to get paid millions without doing the damn thing. He better not get no money. Why would he get that money though? Most light-skinned shit ever. This is crazy, man. Shout out to Legal Alerts. And then obviously the early news about Kevin Durant saying that the Nets won't force a Kevin Durant trade, so they're not going to get fleeced. But essentially saying that one team executive, believes that Kevin Durant is more apt to retire than play again for the Brooklyn Nets. When I saw that, I knew that was cap, but it made the news cycle, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody was posting about it. It's dead season, right? And I think they had quoted Mark Stein, which is just crazy for me to see him even entertain something like that and put his reputation on the line. And obviously, we had KD come out and say, I know most people will believe unnamed sources over me, but if it's anyone out there that I'll listen, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. Shit is comical at this point. And we all knew that was cap, right? He's not going to retire, and he's most likely going to play for the Nets, at least to start the season. And he's going to play. And then he's going to try and win games. That's just the type of competitor that KD is. We can talk shit all we want about the man, but at the end of the day, he is an all-time great, still one of the best players in the NBA, arguably the most skilled scorer we've ever seen, especially at that size. So, enough with the cap. Like, he's not going to retire. He's not Kyrie, where you really don't know what the hell to expect. And not saying Kyrie's not one of the most talented players ever, because he is. I mean, Kyrie's special and he's amazing, but he's a guy that I'd be worried about retiring from one day to another. Like, he's that guy. He's proven that, where he just disappears. Like, KD's never left his team for personal reasons or anything crazy like that. Like, this is all a slow news cycle. So stuff like this will get out, and then KD will come out and say it's comical. That's just what it is. The other comical one was Giannis, right? And there's a video saying, I'm committed to the Bucks down the line. You never know. Maybe I play for Chicago. I don't even know where the hell that even came from. Like, did someone ask him that? Like, is that part of like his show that he just came out with, and he talked about the Bulls? Like, I'm confused in the context of why he would even say that. And yes, he's gonna retire a Buck. Let's make things very clear. Like, he's going to retire a Buck, unless the Bucks miss the playoffs for the next 4 years. He ain't going nowhere. He's gonna retire a Buck. So I thought that was very comical. I thought that was very comical. being a father is a huge job. God bless you and your family journey. I appreciate you, Tom Duke. Again, Benji, I appreciate you as well, man. Steven was talking on TV and said he talked to Simmons and looks like Simmons is ready to go. Oh, Stephen A. Ben Simmons is a beast, and I know people will continue to disrespect the man, but Ben Simmons is an animal. Like, this dude is an All-NBA player without a jump shot. Think about that. Like, he's great at everything else. Like, he can impact the game without scoring the ball. Like, that's how good he is. And to say that he doesn't, like, he averages at least 13 points a game, 14 points a game. Like, it's not like he's Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? Like stop acting like that. Like, Ben Simmons is a beast. And if he's right in the mind, he's going to impact and help any team. Like, every team will love to have a Ben Simmons type player, man. Like, a guy that's at that size that can handle the ball, facilitate an offense, play elite defense, rebound at an elite level. Who doesn't want that on their team? Regardless if he can shoot the ball or score the ball at a high level. Like, he's still an All-NBA player without that. Now, if he starts to gain some of that, he's going to be a Hall of Fame type player, right? There's levels to this. But he's an All-NBA player for sure. And he is the one player from the top of my head that I can think that can truly guard 1 through 5. Okay? There is a major difference when people say you can switch from 1 to 5, like Rashawn Holmes, Bam Adebayo, like they can switch onto a guard. But I'm not going to go into my game plan as a coach and be like, you know what? I'm going to have Bam Adebayo guard Steph Curry. You know what? I'm going to have Bam Adebayo guard Damian Lillard. But you know what you will do as a coach? I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to put Ben Simmons on Steph Curry. I'm going to put Ben Simmons on Damian Lillard. I'm going to put Ben Simmons on the center. I'm okay with that. I trust him. That's being able to guard 1 through 5. Not switch 1 through 5. Guard 1 through 5. But that's my take, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, that's gonna do it, y'all. It was fun. Let me know what you guys think about the list. Do you guys agree with my lists 1 through 6? I think Kevin Love is the best out of that bunch. But let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for people that watch this after, people that watch this live. I appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.